he skips over an interesting part in Russian history, which I love to study. And pretty much this is how he puts it. Succeeded by Igor under the regency of Oleg, who established himself in Kiev around 882. Okay, excuse me. Oh. It's a good tune. Excuse me. Alright, just one moment. Yeah, sorry about that. Now, he really blurs over this very interesting part in history. Igor was killed by rebellious tribunaries in about 945 AD, and his widow Olga, or Helga, ruled in Kiev until the accession of her son, Sviatoslav, the first ruler with a Slavic name, in 962. Now what's interesting, and then it goes right into the son with the first Slavic name. Olga and that relationship is really interesting. I'm going to give you a really brief overview of this. This is, I did a paper on this, and studied the reasons why she was a remarkable woman within a world, okay? It shows a lot of Russian traits here, as Slavic traits and Viking traits, because Viking women could own stuff, right? She was the most powerful woman at the time. I strongly recommend this, or not recommend, sorry, believe this. She had more land than you could ever want. She had more power. She ruled as a regent of the land after Igor actually died. Now, here's a little brief overview in simple logical terms until we actually do an lecture on this individually. The most interesting thing, she was a remarkable woman. Guys, think about this. If you had a wife or a girlfriend like this, or a woman that loves you, I mean, so deeply like, right in love with you, you know what I mean? Like, in her mind, you're the greatest thing on the planet. Okay, think about this. This is what it's like. This is better than Romeo and Juliet, I think. This is so much better. She was a woman, she loved her husband, apparently. Okay, Igor. So, Igor actually... In Kiev, in Kiev, there is a tribe, or pretty much a peoples, that they pay tribute to, right? Or they pay tribute to Kiev, okay? I believe the name off the top of my head, I can't quite remember it now. Not a really lecture like that, but you know, we're only human. So, the Devians, I believe they were called. Devian, yeah, the Devians, what they were called. So, basically what happened was, Igor goes out and goes to collect tribute. Makes his presence felt that his kingdom, or his polity, is more dominant over this polity. Well, just like before, when the Slavs and the Finnish tribes actually pushed out the Vikings back across the sea, this is the same thing you get here. Because of tribute, right? Well, they had enough of the tribute, they revolt. They were really, really rebellious. So, he dies. They kill him. His wife is, sorry for the term, pissed. She's severely pissed. You know, she takes on a whole revenge aspect. You killed a man in my heart? This is better than Shakespeare. Really? Shakespeare couldn't write about this play. This actually happened. This actually happened in history. So she goes out And the monks betray this woman. Monks in a religion where women are like second class to nothing citizens. Takes this woman. She's ruling until her son is proper age to take the place, to take his father's throne. She goes out and seeks revenge. She's in power and she wants her son to become next in line. As a woman, she would have been vulnerable. In a society where women are going to rule over men, that's obscene. You know, we want reckoning for this. Well, she goes and she delivers her husband's murderers. This is almost an act of genocide according to the Chronicle. She goes and she kills every last one of them. And we're going to actually go deeper in the way she killed these people is really, really amazing. What a woman. I can imagine she's sitting on the battlefield and like, this is for Igor. Messengers were sent and she killed them, which is really interesting. She had a lot of power. And her family had a lot of power as well. She literally slaughtered every one of them pretty much. She wants to wipe them off the face of the planet. She goes on a genocidal act of vengeance for her husband. At the same time, to prove politically she's more than capable as a woman to rule Kiev. To keep it secure, to keep it safe, and to expand its power. But she did it for her husband too. You know? And her son knows all this. You gotta think about the psychological effects. My mom, in simple terms, she's kick ass. Look what she did for her husband. That was my dad. She went and killed all her murderers. Every one of his murderers. Damn. She killed everybody that didn't even relate to the plot and conspiracy against her husband. She wanted to make sure she got all the murderers. Kill them all. What a woman. Bloodbath, and strategically she was smart on a massive scale to take these people on. And she really states her case. Oh, I'm gonna do a whole lecture on her. Oh, what a remarkable, remarkable woman. But here's the thing about Olga. So, her son, now Olga also becomes a Christian after this. She actually establishes diplomatic relations, not democratic, but diplomatic relations with the Byzantine Empire, as her husband did as well. She continues her husband's legacy, Igor's. So she actually converts to Christianity. She becomes a Christian. She starts establishing churches within it. She starts to pretty much lecture or preach to her son. Her son becomes rebellious and still goes in the pagan ways. In the eyes of Christians, right? Pagan. But that comes to a little bit of relationship right there, right? Between mother and son. So she actually starts establishing churches. She starts to lay the foundations of Christianity. But there is no official conversion. This is going to be our state religion. This is what we're totally converting over to. Because her son does the opposite. He does not convert to Christianity. He doesn't care. He follows the ways of his father and of pagan ways. Christian ways are weak in his mind. Which is really, really interesting, okay? Really, really interesting. Now, what he does, he becomes a huge commander. He becomes a conqueror in the eyes of the Russian state. And this guy just, knocks everybody off the chart. Just like his mom, But his mom's an interesting character. Olga is one of my favorite women in Russian history. I mean, if I had a woman like that, someone murdered me, I would definitely know my murder was going to pay, man. I mean, man. What a woman. Think about it, guys. But at the same time, you gotta think, I would want to piss her off. I can imagine what fights were like. I bet she's pretty rough in the bedroom. I'll tell you that. I mean, she come up, man. She had a heart, So, but she didn't do that for anybody else, only her husband, so. What would that tell you? You know, hey, it's all good, right?